Welcome to the Novelo Roundtable podcast. Today we are excited because we are at the Amasa Career Exhibition, and it is not in any other province. It is in one of the best provinces, which is Free State, and we are currently at the Boshof municipality. So as we are going through this career exhibition, we have different people who have been engaging in the career exhibition, and we just wanted to bring different voices and bring different perspectives when it comes to what is happening today. I will start on my right. You can introduce yourself, tell us who are you and what are you currently busy with.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Inati, my surname is Dimisa. I am from Senzile Secondary School. Yes, it is situated in Hertogville. I am doing grade 12, Lena. Yes, so I am here in Boshof for a career exhibition. Yes, and yeah, I'm just here to explore unlimited careers.
I'm from the Education District. I'm a career coordinator there, assisting learners from grade 9, 10 up to 12.
Hi. My name is Mpom Tembu. I'm a professional scientist and I have more than 20 years in the oil and gas sector and the renewable energy sector. So I'm here for the career exhibition. Representing Exceptional Tech Academy. So Exceptional Tech Academy is here to empower learners, because what we have realized is that learners, currently some of them, they don't know what they want to study.
Yeah.
So we are here as a backup plan for students who are still not sure what to study, by providing them with practical skills to be entrepreneur.
Yes.
So we offer solar cleaning courses, baking, catering, makeup courses, and all other technical courses that they can use to start their own businesses. Thank you very much.
Afternoon, everyone. You're speaking to Ms. Konya Kamakosa. I am from the Free State Department of Education, based in the Joeliputwa district, that is in Valpa mainly. I'm also a career development officer. I work with all the learners in the Joeliputwa district. I own them, they are my learners. So what we're basically doing there, we give learners information with regard to career information, starting from grade 8 to grade 12. In grade 8 we focus, in fact in grade 9 we focus mainly with subject choice information, so that at least when they get to grade 10 they know exactly the subject that they will be taking and the careers thereof that are linked with those subjects. And then through to grade 12, we assist learners with online application, because we know now we are no longer using the paper application. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, all these learners apply to these institutions of higher learning and access those institutions.
I love that. I really love that, because I think the best place to start is by asking you, Nati, when you're in grade 9, I know you're in grade 12 now,
Yes.
but when you were in grade 9, did you feel like you were set up for failure or flying when it came to you choosing your subject? Did you feel like, okay, I'm choosing maths and science because I know this is the one, or you were just like, and then you landed?
Actually, my aunt chose that subject for me. Yeah, so when I looked at my report, nature and science, it was good, but I enjoyed history. I love social science, and I was like, told my parents that I'm going to history science, stream. I'm going to choose that stream, and they were like, are you sure? Because you're doing good. You will do good because we're already the learners who are like, after us, who are doing grade 10 already, you come to us, they'll be like, science so hard. So I was like, I'm not going there, I'm just going to history, and I'm just going to enjoy the subjects. So my aunt was like, you're not going there because I know you are capable of doing science and stuff like that. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, give me that paper and I know. And I just let her choose for me. I was doubting her, like, how will I cope there? Do I have even the skills, or am I the right learner to go to to science? But she chose for me. And then when I got there, I just became the second Lena in doing well. I've been doing well.
wow.
So she totally came and was like, she was like, now you see that you are capable. Since term 1 of grade 10 until now, I've been in position 3 or position 2 or position 1
wow.
in science stream. So I was like, hey, okay, I'm just coping in this. So my grade 9, I won't say that I chose for myself. I didn't even believe that I would be here doing science. But now I love science. Yes.
And well done.
Thank
well
you so
done.
much.
That's so good because I just remember in my school years now
Yes.
that how I end up being in the science stream. So I was also pushed by parents because I think in this, parents have got that perception that
Yes.
if you are clever, you need to do maths and science,
Yes.
and which is not the truth.
Yes.
So you can do best in any stream,
Yes.
even in the sciences, in the humanities, you can do best. But it's always this. There is this stigma that whichever child is the intelligent one
They must be in the science stream.
Yes, yes.
So which we are trying to change that to let people understand that you cannot only make it in life going through the normal professional stream.
Yeah.
You can also still make it in life going through the practical stream. So there are people that they've been trained in carpentry that are doing very well. There are people who have been trained in welding. They've been trained in doing practical skills. That they've started their businesses and doing very well.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be the formal route that you are able to make it in life. So I think also I'm learning as a parent to also allow my children to explore other
Yes,
things. Not only focusing, you need to do maths and science so that you can be a doctor because you're smart. You can be an engineer, you're smart. People are making it in even
Different
others in
streams.
sports,
Yes, yes.
in different streams. So I like it. I like to engage in those topics. I've experienced it hands-on.
Come back,
Yes.
Unati. I think for me, I would love, in as much as it's nice we are here, I would love us to bridge the gap for the other young person that is watching out there.
Yeah.
And I think this is where you both come in because you did say you empower the young ones with the subject choice. So perhaps when it comes to the Department of Basic Education, different districts, when we say we are empowering a grade 9 learner with the subject choice, what does that entail and how do we help them so that they feel confident that they're choosing the right subject?
Yes.
Okay. I think firstly, learners need to know that they have the power to choose for themselves. From what the both ladies were saying, I picked up that parents chose for them, and which is what we always discourage, because we encourage parents to support learners rather than choosing for them. That's why in our sessions with the grade 9s, we always try to include parents as well, so that they form part of those meetings, so that they can also hear for themselves how they can support those learners. And I think also what's important is for learners to know themselves. Knowing yourself, you start by knowing yourself, then you start by matching your personality with the career that matches with that personality before you can choose the subjects.
Yes.
You choose subjects that are related to the career that you want to pursue. You don't start with the career and then you don't start with the subject and then decide on the career after. Yes, it starts with you knowing yourself and then matching that with the kind of job that you want to do, and then you follow that with the subjects.
I love that.
Yeah.
And from your side,
And also, I think we need to really inform the learners there's no career better than the other. Because you know how parents are.
Yeah.
And it's not only parents, even teachers themselves. Once the learner is doing well in a certain subject, teachers have powers to say this is the stream that you will go to and deny other learners going to a specific stream by mere fact that they are teachers. And a learner definitely is going to listen to the teacher, whether you want to go in that class or not at the end of the day. But if we can emphasize the issue that there is no profession that is better than the other. A doctor, when at some point a doctor will need a plumber, a doctor will need an electrician, a doctor will need this and this. So we need to remove these other stigmatized kind of careers, not as bold enough. You know, just because you are doing science, therefore the expectation for you is to become a medical doctor. There are so many other careers that we need really to encourage our learners to venture in.
I think also to add on that, there is this stigma that we still have in our, especially in our Black communities. There are NCV programs that are being offered post grade 9. They are available for learners to go and pursue, but you will find that a parent will be forcing the learner to go all the way to matric in a schooling environment, whereas a learner knows that I should be there doing some NCV program, and they are so good. The programs there are so good. We just have to inform parents, and I think just bring the light to them to know that even there, a learner can still succeed and do well and then be successful.
So that mind shift from
Yes.
parents, that even if a child did not go through to matric, that person can still be successful somewhere with just having grade 9 and going to a TVET college.
For sure.
So it does not mean the child must go all the way, you know, and do subjects that at the end of the day it's not even interesting.
Frustrating learners.
And the other thing that
up
we are
until
also,
the end.
yes, another thing that we are also doing with my colleague here is looking to subject combination in schools. Because sometimes you just come across a kind of mess in terms of the combination. Then you wonder which career will this poor child follow at the end of the day with this kind of a combination. So we are now also advising the schools that they should introduce more streams that will allow learners to, you know, to take different careers.
Yes. No, I love that. I think now we can close on the subjects, right? And I think in us closing, we spoke about the learner knowing themselves, and we spoke about the power of the teachers as well as the parents. So for now, I think I want to know, maybe from your side, if a parent is watching and, you know, their child is doing grade 9 this year, they're going to come to them, what should the parents say?
Okay, firstly, I think it's important to sit down with your kid or your baby to have a discussion, and also source support in cases where you don't understand. That's why we come in as career coordinators. You can visit our offices, we can have sessions with these learners, we can talk to teachers. Life orientation teachers are well equipped with the information regarding career choices. You can talk to other people who are in the profession that the learner may be interested in doing, maybe just to bring them closer to their interest in what they are entailing and the job, what it actually entails.
I love that, because they always say in previously disadvantaged schools, parents are not that involved. So the point here is be a lot more involved, and you don't have to know everything.
Don't have to know
you can go to the
everything.
district, you can go to the school and source that support.
No, what I wanted to say is, on a very lighter note, of course, it starts as early as in primary school. You know, those career days, you will find 90% of the learners will be doctors on the day, and then the other percentage, it will be lawyers, and then very few will be, you know,
Chefs and
I think then parents really need to talk to their kids in terms of dressing up for that career dress-up day. Just hear from the learner, what do you want to be? Don't dress up.
It's not about me as a parent.
As a parent, at the end of the day, you should start as early as possible, not only in in high school, as well as in primary school. It's still, you know, that flexibility that you can become anything that you put your mind to.
No, I love that, and I think you know, that is why we have exhibitions such as these ones. In as much as this one, we were having, you know, more grade 12s and other grades as well. So I think from our side, specifically from Amasa as well as Novalo, it is through our programs as well whereby we try to bridge the gap, because I think sometimes people forget, you know, the government can only do so much at times. The government can only do so much. So I think as we are concluding this, what I would like to just encourage the students is that, you know, follow pages such as the Amasa one, where you can get more information on careers, because I know when it comes to us at Novalo and our partners, immediately when we onboard a partner, we all do a kickoff session where the students do self-awareness and they can know themselves better and know where they're going as well. So I think we can close it at that. But then the second layer, before we close the entire conversation, I want us to dive deeper into the alternative streams, because we've been talking about it, that there's baking, there's this, there's that. And with that, I want to start with you, Unati, and say, you know, you have a great support at home where they
Yes.
remind you that you are very smart.
Yes.
But then from what you're hearing from your friends and everyone else, what is the perception of if someone says, no, I want to go to TVET, or no, I'm going to leave it here in grade 9 and actually just go for carpentry? Like, what are you hearing in the streets that we are not hearing?
Okay, firstly, on to charge TVET. From how I was presented with TVET is that you go only if you are going to upgrade. I don't knew there's course you can go and study there. I only knew if you want to upgrade your studies. Maybe you did not do well in grade 12, you just go and then you go upgrade. And even in grade 9, I remember I was only told that if you're not good in theory and just you go to practical, and then for only grade 9s, if you only failed or you're not good, not just because now I'm good at theory and I want to go to TVET, I'm allowed to. So I had, even now, I never knew I can study there. So there are a lot of confusion out there. Learners want to drop out because of, even if they have finished grade 12, they just like, I will just go to nursing because it's easy to find a job. Because there's this mentality that even if I study for big careers, I will only study and be called Ntonton, but I won't be employed and stuff like that. So we are just chasing employment at this time. We just want to be employed. Even now, I just want to be employed. I'm just choosing the careers that I know after a certain time I'm just going to be employed.
I love that, Unati, because I think the main reason why we are at the Tokoloho municipality is to actually bridge that gap, right?
Yes.
Because when it comes to these remote areas, poverty is real, right?
Yes.
And you can't be sitting there thinking, I'm just going to study just to study.
Yes.
You are thinking, will this lead to something else?
Yes.
Back to the Novel Round Table. We are in segment 2, where we are capturing everything that is happening at the Amasa Career Exhibition. And now I have Bomureki. So that they tell us why are they supporting such an initiative. And remember, we are in a remote location where we are bringing information about careers. So this is something that was heavily funded so that we can bring that information to students. With me, I do have several people, so we'll start here. You can let us know, who are you, where are you from, and why do you do what you do?
Okay, my name is Harisina Tega. I'm from Boshof Solar Plant. So I'm part of the ED team. That is the team that is responsible for our social responsibilities within the Boshof community. So what's happening today is part of our mandate to make sure that we respond to the needs of the different communities where we are operating. But I'm not going to say much. My colleague Nolotanda, because she's based basically for this side, she's the one who will have more information to share. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff. So I am Ikpileng Muima. I am doing administration for Amasa Academy. Basically, why I'm doing this? It's the passion, man. It's passion for wanting learners to know more about what they want to do, what the future can hold for them if they are exposed to different sectors of businesses. Being in a disadvantaged place or area can really just sometimes, without exposure, keep you so blind that you're only looking for example, just something small to do, So the reason I do this is for passion, passion to teach learners, to expose them to different companies as well, and sectors and environments.
Thank you.
My name is Norutando Precious Masibuko. I'm from Boshof Solar. I'm an economic development specialist at Boshof Solar. I'm part of the economic development team of Boshof. We have a responsibility through the IPP office, the Independent Power Producer Program, where IPPs have a responsibility to develop communities within their 50-kilometer radius. So as part of the program, we have Amasa Academy that we've partnered with through one of our programs, our workplace Exposure Career Pathways program, where we run career exhibitions. We also have an assessment that's currently going to be conducted, I think, around June, where we assess our grade 9s for them to actually choose subjects for grade 10. So there's a comprehensive assessment that they'll have to go through for them to align their subject choices and all that. So basically, our programs are within, we have enterprise development projects as well as our socio-economic development programs within the space.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Makofane. I am a site manager at Boshof Solar Power. So today I'm here to support our economic development team with the initiatives that they do on the ground that support our mandate, the communities that we operate in, and to also just reinforce the support on the ground to the learners, to see the faces of the people that are operating in their communities, and as a person that is in the STEM industry, to also just impart some of my knowledge that I have to say, you know, even as a woman, you can go into engineering, these are the different careers that are career pathways that you can follow, and so is possible out there.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Wesley Kelman. I'm an asset manager for the Zanzi team, but I work in the impact, so basically the owners of the solar plant. So I'm here to represent the ED guys, but they're not here. So usually I do go to these smaller projects that they do fund. So this is one of them, but this one is actually more important because it involves the start of every other career. So I'm actually impressed and excited that we are able to inform these guys about how or which roles are we supposed to take, because of I was curious about what to do while I was doing programming and all to. So I got to see what the industry is once I got into the varsity or college. So I'm basically just here to keep the guys, you know, the light just keep them behind. So just advise them that mostly on the ED part, I should not know that much, but I'm really doing it.
Definitely. No, thank you. Thank you for that. And I think for anyone who is watching, Amasa, they are the main organizer, they are the implementation partner, and Boshof Solar as well as Letsatsi, they are the sponsors, right? So I want to get into the crux of, why would you choose to fund such an initiative, and especially when it comes to bridging the gap, because sometimes maybe you might be having students who are in better schools, who are in Johannesburg, and maybe they do have this information readily available. So for you, especially Boshof Solar, why did you decide to fund such an initiative?
You know, I think we take for granted that, because I'm originally from Johannesburg, and you take for granted that access to information is something that everyone has. When I arrived here at Boshof, I realized that even the smallest thing as to a learner knowing where to go to apply for a bursary, or I just completed matric, what comes first? Do I apply for university or do I apply for a bursary first? That small confusion on its own, you understand that there is no one that is there, that's placed there to actually give these learners that direction in terms of where do you go now that you're here. So I think for me, it was the starting point where I needed to identify an implementing partner to assist us as Boshof Solar to implement with our implementation. So what we did, I think we attended the ESCOM exhibition in Kimberley, where that's where we started knowing about Amasa and all that. And I think we started building a relationship, and we sort of built a program around what do we want as Boshof Solar, what we want to see within our beneficiary communities. Because one thing I realized is that a lot of learners, we offer bursaries as the Solar. However, learners don't apply. Because some don't even qualify. Some of them qualify but haven't applied for university. So you qualify for a bursary, however, you haven't applied to any institution. So it's a real problem, and we are trying to bridge that gap to ensure that our learners, even in the rural communities, are not left behind and still have access to higher education in as much as they have access to your FET education.
Definitely. No, thank you for that. And maybe, Elizabeth, if you can add, as you reflect on the day that was and how great it was also executed by Amasa, from your side, especially as the sponsor, what did you appreciate the most about how today was run and the type of information that was given to students as well?
And definitely, I think the day started off with, it was raining, and I was a bit worried that we will not achieve the vision that Militando had explained to me, but it was really executed quite well. I appreciated the fact that the learners were coordinated in the different schools, like the 5 schools were coming in coordinated, and there was someone that was keeping the learners actively, participating with the different sponsors as well. So I think from a coordination perspective, I really liked that. And that's something that, because you could interact with the learners and not as a huge group. If I think it was 5 schools all at once, it was going to be difficult. And also it gives me perspective that with the different schools, they don't face the same challenges. You see the different levels of education with the different learners, and that gave me with some insights as well that I'll take away with Nolutando after this, to say this school I think we need to put a little bit more focus on because of how they were grasping the information as compared to this school.
I love that because I realized, for example, we had I won't name the school, but we had one school whereby the learners were asking so many questions, and then we had the other school where we literally had to say, "Come, here's the information." So I totally get you, and that is why it's important for us to be in such areas as well. And maybe from your side, from Letsatsi's perspective, when it comes to what you're hoping to achieve, would you say we were set out to achieve exactly what you are hoping Letsatsi can achieve today?
I think judging by how this town serves me, I think their resources are a bit limited compared to other So in Bloemfontein, there's enough information to gather. But whatever that happened here is that we gave enough students to say, okay, if ever, even if you did not do well in your matric, but here's a program so that you can uplift your percentage so that you can be qualified in this career stuff. Because of most of the time, whenever we outsource like solar plants, they're mostly situated in small towns. And we source people who are new. But the challenge that we experience is that there are no colleges, there are no round planners, so we tend to outsource people from the outside and it becomes an issue. And so having this kind of program here, it tells them that look, even after you are good, you make it, these companies have resources to give you things. So going through this program, you can be able to attain this and then you can go to any institution that you actually like. In order for you to one of us to be working together. So I think whatever happens here is
Definitely. No, thank you. This is a shorter segment and we are closing it out because now people are eating. We finished on time because the masa was amazing. So in closing, I'm just going to go around and I would like to know from you, if we have a young person who is watching out there and they still think opportunities are not there, and there are no people who are actually investing in us when it comes to thinking about our career paths, thinking about even where to from where I am. So what do you want to say to that specific young person who might be hopeless at this point?
Okay, what I can say to a young person who might see this is there's still hope. With IPPs such as Boshof, Solar and Letsatsi, you can see that we are collaborating because of a common purpose, which is a young person. So they must not lose hope. They must go out and look for information and then they will get assistance. The future is very bright. I think one of the things that Ulolfand has mentioned was sometimes because we don't get information, we tend to think that, I can't reach the next destination because of lack of knowledge. But they must keep on, asking, and there's hope and there's good things at the end of the tunnel.
Love that. Thank you.
My advice would be like a toddler, be curious. Excuse me. There is information. you just have to be interested enough to look for it, and you'll find it. Definitely. Thank you.
You know, I definitely concur with the latter speakers, but definitely information is there. You can definitely go onto our social media pages, keep the tabs. We have we've got 8 plants across South Africa, so a ninth one coming. So we have information, we have assistance is there. Just go look. Yeah.
I think for me, I would say, do not limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to formal education. There's also informal education, and then as well as, not everyone is cut out for a university or a technical or a college. However, there's businesses. You can start your own business as well, which is something that we also fund as Boshof Solar Power. We do fund SMEs, so that would be job creation in itself, and that is a career in itself. So I think don't limit yourself. That's my word to the young person out there.
I think for me, I'll just give them a tip. A tip is just go to the nearest municipality. The guys will be able to help you, whether you need to pay your fees, registration, you need a bursary. Because most of the time, whenever we want to, you cannot just stay there in the town and then say, hey, here's a bursary. You guys just pass us just like that. So if ever you can go to your nearest municipality or ask about what you actually need assistance of, you can just go there and they will help you because we do give them resources.
I love that. Information is out there if you are looking for it. And also you do have organizations such as Boshof Solar Power, Letsatsi, and Amasa who can even find you if maybe you haven't found this video. And in closing, from our side, from Amasa as well as Novalo Circles, we want to remind you, go onto our social media, go onto the platform, because as everyone said here, information is there and you do have people who are continuously investing in you. So on my side, thank you for watching and stay fearless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you guys.
What a day.
Beautiful.